Alright, it is November 7th in our class, and we are talking more about developing an online course. So of course this class is about digital learning and communication, and developing an online course is part of this class, well, obviously. But we're talking about, of course, how to use a learning management system and how to develop some elements of a learning management system. And you're continuing your learning of both Moodle as a learning management system and D2L, or Desire to Learn, as a learning management system as well. So just to give you an idea, or to give you a reminder, I guess, if you want to access Moodle, and of course your first assignment I'll talk about in a minute, but to access Moodle you go to moodle.northern.edu. And if you go to moodle.northern.edu, you'll be able to see this kind of a screen that comes up here. Northern State University School of Education. And as you look at this Moodle installation, you can access it online. You can log in. So hit login, and again the login is your first name, and then the password is capital E LRN, capital E lowercase LRN 410, and then a question mark. So log into Moodle and make sure that you take a look at what's available to you in Moodle. So if you're in the 510 class, you can look for ELRN510 courses, and you'll find one that you are the teacher of. So again, you can click on that and you'll find your name in the list. But if you're in the 410 course, enrolled in 410, then you can find your course in that category. And then there's also another category called example courses here, and this gives you just a few examples, Angela's and Gary's anyway. Mine's kind of weird, it doesn't have things set up that great. But if you go to Angela's or Gary's, you can see an example course that someone else has created, and so I'll give you access to that, so you can view that. So that's how to access Moodle. You'll go to moodle.northern.edu, but here in D2L I have actually set up another course for our class. So if you go to your home in D2L, it'll look different than mine, obviously. And you go under our semester though, 2016 fall, you'll find that you're enrolled in a new class called Learning Management System Practice for our class. And you are actually set up to be a teacher of this class. So if you click on that class, you can actually act as if you're a teacher of that class. You'll have more power to do extra things. And so you're already logged into D2L, all you have to do is go to the course here, and you're already set up to be a teacher of this Learning Management System Practice class. And what I've done here is I've set up a week for each of you, and please don't add items into other people's weeks or take them away from other people's weeks, but just add them to your own week. So if you're Mariah, you can go that week, or if you're Chad, you can go to this week. And then that's where you will go to do your second LMS assignment due at the end of the semester. And this is where you will add the elements of that assignment in. So yeah, so be aware of that this is where you'll go in D2L to do your second LMS assignment, but for the first LMS assignment you will go to moodle.northern.edu, excuse me. So that's where you'll be for accessing those things. It's a good idea to check this week, or as soon as you can, make sure you check that you can get into moodle.northern.edu, and also you can access the D2L course that I have set up for the purpose of this assignment. That way you won't have any problems coming your way as you just start to get working on the assignment. Well, let's look a little bit closer at some of the activities for this week. There's readings. You're going to read textbook chapter 8 on supporting learners with special needs. And then you're going to look at some presentations that will teach you developing activities for online learning. And there's one for D2L and there's one for Moodle, on how to add files, how to add a link to a course, develop a discussion board activity, and so forth. And so these activities, or these links, will be to external videos that are found online to help you to use Moodle and D2L. And they're just part of your learning all that you can about each of the learning management systems, so that you might be able to create the assignment that is due next week for Moodle, or in, well, several weeks for D2L. And then I'll have some online office hours. We'll try a lunch type hour this week, so 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Wednesday, November 9th will be my online office hours. You can come in, ask questions during that time. Of course, you can always write me an email and ask questions and so forth, or set up another face-to-face meeting anytime you need to. But that's an available office hour time as well this week. And then there's a discussion for this week, supporting learners with special needs. It says, how can distance instructors set things up to support learners with special needs in following different teaching and learning situations? So when you're doing an asynchronous recorded presentation, is there something that you can do to set this up? When you're doing asynchronous presentations, how can you support learners with special needs in that type of situations? And then it asks another question, what elements do you think you might add to or change about each of these to support learners with special needs, such as difficulties speaking, hearing, visual impairments, and physical impairments? So that's the discussion. And then I also have a past live session. This is new for our course, but in the past I have recorded sessions with students, and this one's a very good one. I think it gives a lot of good particulars about the assignment, the LMS assignment, and about Moodle itself, and shows some skills in Moodle. So I wanted you to watch that as well. Now it is longer, it's nearly an hour long, so be aware of that, but it's a great past session to help you to continue to learn Moodle, and it also gives more information about the assignment that is due next week on the 19th. Speaking of that assignment though, I did want to introduce that to you today. So here it is. It's due next week by November 19th, building a course in a Learning Management System 1. And I do want to introduce this to you. So for this activity, you will build 1 week of a course in a learning management system. At least one of these, each of the following items should be included in the week of activities. And so you are going to include things like learning objectives, readings, and or reading/viewing assignments, live sessions. In this session doesn't have to be planned. Instead, the tool within the LMS must be set up to do a live session. One snafu with this though is that there isn't really a good live session tool within Moodle, which is what you'll be doing this assignment in. Therefore, you'll just maybe say what the live session would be about. Maybe add a file or an assignment, or just a file or something that can be read that says I would hold a live session about A, B, and C, or with the following objectives. And then at least one discussion forum with clear directions, netiquette, and response instructions. So again, the discussion forums, you're familiar with those. You've done a lot of those in this class. You would do assignments to submit with clear instructions for online students. So again, you're going to have to come up with some assignments that students must submit. At least one quiz with at least 10 questions of different types. So you're going to create a question, and it shows you how to do that in some of the videos that you'll be watching. And then recorded presentations done by you. And these can be the same presentations you already recorded for your flipped classroom. So you can just include one of those presentations done by you in your learning management system week of assignments. And that's okay if it doesn't necessarily relate to that whole week. The goal with the assignment is to have you learn the tools of the LMS, but also try to make the activities coherent so that an actual student could log in, go through the activities, and learn. So the easiest audience for this course is the high school, college, or higher level student, since these students will be able to navigate the course independently. However, you can design for an elementary or middle school student and assume that they will have maybe a parent or someone to help them navigate the course and complete the activities. And then as a reminder, also present the items chronologically for the student so that from a student's perspective it is clear what they should do during a current week. I should make this bigger. That way when you're finished creating that they would know, which one to start with, which one to go to next. Just list them in chronological order, which one they should go to and complete. When you're finished creating your portion of the course, submit a document with the following supplemental information in the appropriate Dropbox. So there's this Dropbox there, I showed it to you. And I can go back to Moodle or to D2L and see your work. for sure, but I do also want to have something in addition to that main work that you submit that talks about it. Describe your target audience, provide a written summary of the week's activities, and describe the activities that you as a teacher would do during the week in order to support student learning. So that's how it will be graded, supplemental information, and then course activities in the LMS. And I'll just take a look at those and grade those with this rubric. And that's the basic assignment. So again, the first one, these are very similar. You'll have a second one that you will complete, but it's very similar to this first one. But the first one that I want you to do it in Moodle. So go ahead and do it in Moodle at moodle.northern.edu. Create the assignments, create the activities that are required for the assignment, and then write the little paper about what you've done and submit that in the Dropbox, and that's how I know you're done with the assignment and you've handed it in. So hopefully that goes pretty well, and hopefully that's clear to you as far as the assignments are concerned. And again, if you're not sure how to do something, make sure you did watch this presentation, also the other presentations that are out there, so that they give you the information that you need. But if you have other questions, let me know. All right, so have a great week and good luck.